what not to do in sales, what not to be like. This is the
Yep.
person that's not successful long term. This is the person that is. Yeah, you could get like, hey, shiny object syndrome,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of pressure because you're at zero, so you have to
Mhm.
make a sale. But once you get past that little hump, it's like if you're a good person and you actually treat people the way they should be treated, guess what? You'll make more money than that average salesperson naturally.
Naturally,
That
yeah.
person that she's dealing with will always be at a low level, never
Hmm.
be at a high level. Will never get the clientele to be at a high level. Those at a high level, pressure tactics, done. Salesy, done. No trust built. You're not listening to me, done. Broken trust.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that happen so many times. They need to survive and they think that's the best way to survive. But in reality, that's a short-term play. Long term, you won't survive.
You have to build relationships, and that's kind of why I mentioned that second role that I interviewed for, why I liked it, because it's that long-term relationship building sales
Mhm.
cycle where you're taking time to really, you're visiting the client, you're really hearing their needs, and then you're sourcing, you're hearing their needs, and then you're trying to solve that problem for them, where you're not pressured to just kind of like have like a turnaround in a week or 2 weeks, where yeah, I guess it forces some people to take nefarious tactics that are not in the best interest of the client. It's just in the best interest of the organization or that person individually. Where I'm not a fan of that type of sales. And when I'm going to buy a car, or if I'm going to like handle something financially, like because I have hit a lot of sales experience, I'm like the last person you can sell anything. Like I'm buying what I want to buy, not what you're gonna sell me to buy. And then if I'm getting that feeling, I pretty much give them a hard time. If I'm getting that salesy, pushy feeling, I don't like that. Like, don't pressure me to do something that I'm not asking for. I'd rather let's talk about it, hear my issues, and then if you can solve the problem, amazing. We can benefit mutually. But if you
Mhm.
can't, just let me move forward. And I operate that way with sales. That's how I train my salespeople. We're not, we don't pressure our clients, and when we look to solve problems, sometimes that means we have to take a loss. Sometimes that means we have to play the long game. And the long game is a better game because
Mhm.
most of the businesses that I work with currently, I've been working with them for over a decade in my industry. And a lot of my clients, me reach out to them one on one. My clients told other people about my business, and then they came to me from word of mouth, and that's just based off of relationships. And so there are people in our industry who do it differently, but I would rather like grow gradually than just just try to go up, because just like a stock, what goes up quick will come down quick as well.
Because the asset is really not the dollars, it's the relationship.
Mhm.
Like that asset you can't put a price point on it. One transaction, you could put a price point. One
Yep.
great relationship who praises you to others, you can't put a dollar sign on that.
Nope, you can't. I mean, that's compound interest right there.